What's up guys, Chigs here from Chigs Tech Reviews. Today I finally got my hands on the latest Kospet Hope. This is a full Android smartwatch which supports 4G LTE. Now this watch has some amazing features and specs, and it's actually the first smartwatch I have seen so far that comes with 3 gigs of RAM along with some other great features. So in the box you will find a user manual, a magnetic USB charger, a screen protector, and last but not least, the smartwatch itself. So here it is guys, the Kospet Hope. So we have an attractive looking smartwatch here with time markings going all the way around, and the bezels do feel quite slim. Now it's got an interesting build quality. On the back appears to be made from plastic. The sides going all the way around is made from a metal, and the front bezel is actually made from ceramic. Now on the front we have a 1.39 inch AMOLED screen with a resolution of 400 by 400. You have the MTK 6739 Quad-core CPU with an amazing 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. So I've never come across a smartwatch with 3 gigs of RAM. So hopefully this is going to be the breakthrough we're looking for. And firsthand I can tell you right now, it does feel very smooth. Now you've also got Bluetooth version 4, GPS, Wi-Fi, and that's dual band Wi-Fi. You've also got 4G LTE, and this is running full Android 7.1, so you will be able to run full Android games and apps on this watch. You have a 620 milliamp battery, which promises around 1 day of normal usage or 2-day standby. So we will be testing out the battery a little bit later in this video. Furthermore, we do have an IP67 rating, which allows the watch to get wet, but you cannot submerge in water or go swimming with it. Now the watch dimensions, this is 49 millimeters in diameter and 17.5 millimeters in thickness, and weighs only 71.2 grams. Now the strap length itself is 265 millimeters and the strap width is 24 millimeters. Now the straps are quite wide and they're made completely from silicone, and they do feel quite comfortable to wear on the wrist. And the watch itself, even though it's 17.5 millimeters thick, the watch itself is very light on the wrist. And I'd like to add that the straps are removable. You can easily remove the straps and replace it with your own ones if you like. Now to give you an idea of the size of this watch, I will bring in the Samsung Galaxy Watch. Now here they are side by side. This is how they fare. The Samsung is 46 millimeters with a 1.3 inch screen. The Kospet is 49 millimeters in diameter with a 1.39 inch screen. So screen size wise they are very similar, but the diameter and body is slightly bigger and thicker on the Kospet. Also the wrist straps are slightly wider on the Kospet. Now on the side of the watch we have our power button, an 8 megapixel camera and a back button. Nothing on the other side, but if we just look underneath we have a loudspeaker. And at the bottom of the watch we have our heart rate sensor, SIM card tray, so I like that you don't need a screwdriver to open the SIM card tray, and there it is. Now this can take a Nano SIM card, but actually supports worldwide 3G and 4G LTE. So I know a lot of you would be quite happy to hear that. Now at the bottom we've got our charger pins, and I'll quickly show you that in action. So here is our magnetic charger. It will only go on one way, and that is pretty much it. You can go ahead and plug that into any USB source. You have a strong magnetic connection, and it's actually better than some of the others I've seen. So here is the default Kospet watch face, but you do have a large number of watch faces built in, and to change you just keep the center press for 2 seconds, you'll feel a vibration, then you have access to a whole bunch of different watch faces that you can instantly change to. And I'll give you an example of the selection of watch faces available on this watch right now. You can also use the camera to make your own watch face, so I'll just give you a quick example. And there we go, we've got our own custom watch face with a photograph in the background. So we're starting to see this now as a new feature in smartwatches, and I think it's a nice touch. So when you get to the end of the list, you'll see a plus sign which you can tap and gain access to a whole library of free downloadable watch faces, and any of these watch faces can be downloaded and installed in seconds. So let's quickly go through the watch features. If we swipe down from the top, you have your connection information. It will tell you whether you're connected via Bluetooth or SIM card, along with the date, time and battery life. If we swipe to the left, you've got your quick toggles for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, aeroplane mode and more. If we keep going, you've got your quick clean to clean up the memory. If we swipe again, you've got your music controls. So this has 32 gigs of internal storage, and then you can play that music on the go. You can also attach Bluetooth headphones directly to the watch, and then you can listen to your music privately. So this then becomes a portable MP3 player. Now if we keep going, you've got your weather information, and if I tap it, that will immediately update and show the current weather according to the location. Now if we swipe to the right, you've got your notifications. If we swipe up, you've got all your health information. Now the first page will give you 7 days of your health activities. If we swipe again, you've got your real-time step counter, your distance traveled and your calories burnt. And that is pretty much that. Now if we swipe to the left, you've got all of your apps. So let's quickly go through the apps. We've got phone, contacts, messaging, settings, heart rate monitor, fitness, weather. We've got the camera, 8 megapixel camera, which we are going to test in a bit. You've got your gallery, music, Play Store. We do have the full version of the Play Store here, so you can download full Android apps and games. We've got sound recorder, file manager, web browser, calculator, downloads, calendar, clock. You've got your assistant, which will help you connect this to a different phone, and it will give you some remote options for music control, sending files from your phone directly to the watch, and some other options there. If we keep going, you've got voice search. So you're going to have the Google voice search built into this. So anything I say now, this should be detected. There you go. So you've got your Google voice assistant. You've got Google Maps on there, full version of the Google Maps. But this also comes with their own Play Store. So when you press it, it will give you access to some popular apps which you can immediately download. So let's try a few things out. The first thing I always test out is the phone feature. Can we do Bluetooth phone calls? Fingers crossed. I heard you can, but let's see. Ah, you can't. This does not support Bluetooth phone calls. So I can confirm that this watch does not support Bluetooth phone calls. So you can't connect via Bluetooth and make and receive phone calls, which is a shame. But of course you can still insert a Nano SIM card, and then this will effectively become a full-featured smartphone watch. And let's test out the heart rate sensor. So green light is on. Put it on my wrist. So the reading we're getting is 98 beats per minute. It does seem a little on the higher side. If we compare it to my Samsung Galaxy Watch, you can see 76 is far more accurate. So the heart rate sensor does not seem to be as accurate as I would have hoped. So next up, I just want to quickly test out the camera. So here is the camera app. We have an 8 megapixel camera. Now I have noticed that the quality of the smartphone cameras are actually getting better and better. So let's see what 8 megapixels looks like on this smartwatch. So this is a video test with the Kospet smartwatch. I have no idea what the resolution is. I will put the resolution on the screen, and we are videoing vector right now. Now the quality on the smartwatch as I'm recording looks great. So we will see what the finished result looks like in a bit. So I just downloaded some full Android apps and games that we are going to use to test the performance of this watch. Now another thing I have to mention is I was not able to connect to my computer with the USB cable. So we are in connection settings and the USB is blocked out. So every time I connect this cable to a computer, be it Windows or Mac, and I'm trying to do a file transfer, I'm not able to actually toggle the USB on. So what does that mean? That means we cannot file transfer with the computer. Now the workaround is send everything via Bluetooth. So it takes a lot more time and effort. So that means you can still do file transfers, but you just have to do it via Bluetooth. Now quite a few apps were not available in the Play Store, like the Antutu benchmark test and Beach Buggy Racing. Now these two apps were not available in the Play Store at all. They were not compatible with this device. So I had to Bluetooth the APKs to the watch and then install them through File Manager. but I got them on. Now let's go ahead and test out some of these full Android apps and see how they run. Let's begin with YouTube.
What's up guys, Chigs here from Chigs Tech Reviews. So today I've got my hands on the very small B-Link GT1 Mini. Now this TV box is running the new S905X2 CPU with...
So YouTube actually works very well. Let's go and try out a game. You got a very nice responsive touchscreen, I have to say that. I actually like Crossy Roads. Crossy Road plays very well. Awesome stuff. Let's check out CPU Z, check out some system information. So we do have a quad-core processor. 1.27 gigahertz is the maximum speed. And we've got the Power VR Rogue GE8100 as the GPU. We've got Android 7.1.1 and root access is not available. So in the Wi-Fi speed test we got 30 megabits per second download and 9 megabits per second upload. The top Wi-Fi speeds we currently achieve is between 47 to 50 megabits per second. And in the Antutu benchmark test we got a total score of 30k. So now I'm going to test the screen on hand raise feature. Now from lifting your arm there is a 2-second delay. So you can see there is a delay of at least 2 seconds every time you lift your arm. Now just to show you the difference, I will compare it to the Samsung Galaxy Watch. So here we go, screen on raising comparison. And you can see the Galaxy Watch is literally on. As soon as you raise your arm, it's like within a second, within a split second it's on. And there is a 2-second delay with the Kospet. Next up, I ran a 30-minute on-screen test with Wi-Fi on, brightness set to medium and everything else off. And after 30 minutes we ended up with a 95% battery. That is a 5% drop and translates to 10 hours of on-screen time. Now this is a very rough battery test, take it with a pinch of salt. Of course, if you're actually doing something more on the screen than just looking at the time, you can expect the battery to drain a lot quicker. So there you have it guys, that was the Kospet Hope. So here are my thoughts on this brand new full Android smartwatch. Build quality is great, you have a large AMOLED screen, feels durable and at the same time light on the wrist. You have removable straps, Android 7 with 3 gigs of RAM is very fluid and you have an overall great performance. Wi-Fi speeds were decent, not great but decent. Battery life lasted 1 whole day with mixed use, so decent battery life. GPS was also nice and accurate. Now the screen on hand raise feature worked but was rather slow with a 2-second delay. The watch is not certified for swimming, Bluetooth calls not supported, heart rate sensor not accurate, and the most annoying thing was file transfers blocked. So that brings us to our top smartwatch chart for 2019, and as you can see the Kospet Hope has earned itself position 10 on this chart. And you can view the full versions of all my charts online at chigstech.com and read them at your leisure. Bottom line, this is the most powerful full Android smartwatch we have seen so far. However, the best specs does not necessarily mean the best experience. We have already found quite a few cons and some of them are just not acceptable, such as file transfer via USB blocked for no reason that makes sense, and also the heart rate sensor not being accurate. If the manufacturers get a chance to watch this video, I'm pretty sure half of the cons can be resolved by a simple firmware update. So this smartwatch has a lot of potential and could have been a lot better. So hopefully the manufacturers take on this information and improve the watch. And with that being said, I will leave the links in the description so you guys can check this product out. Meanwhile, thank you so much for watching and I hope you all have a brilliant day. See you in the next one guys.